Well, another one has bitten the dust. I'm talking about Guerlain's L'Homme Ideal Cologne, this one right here, recently discontinued. Are you getting your backup bottles? Because soon the prices will probably be skyrocketing for this one as supplies diminish. So we're going to talk about Guerlain's L'Homme Ideal Cologne, plus touch on the new Cool that's also been launched, which I haven't really sampled yet, and of course touch on the previous releases, and the Sport, which I do not like. So if you want to find out about these fragrances from Guerlain, please stay tuned. Thanks so much for tuning in. This is Sebastian with Smelling Great Fragrance Reviews. If this is your first time tuning in to this channel and you love watching fragrance review videos like the ones I do most every day, and of course also discovering new fragrances and discovering new brands, and of course participating in the giveaways that I run here, and still haven't subscribed to the channel, please click that subscribe button below and also click the bell so you'll be notified for future videos and giveaways. Now recently I did a video with Bashar London, a guest on a video of mine while I was traveling in Spain at an event. He was also part of the event, and I've known Bashar for quite some time from Instagram, met him many times at various perfume shows, and of course I also met him at his workspace up at the salon in Harrods, the Guerlain section, the Guerlain boutique there, and he mentioned this is no longer, it's discontinued, and that's what this video is going to be about, because if you recall, I did a video with Ashley. Ashley ranked her favorite L'Homme Ideal fragrances from Guerlain, and she ranked this one at #1. And she really liked the fact that this one is a very, very unique combination of grapefruit with almonds. The trademark almonds from the whole L'Homme Ideal from Guerlain series. Now I think there's almonds in the series of fragrances, but there's also tonka beans, which I find go hand in hand, because for me tonka beans kind of sort of smell like almonds anyway, but it's a different kind of almond. They at least taste like bitter almonds to me. But she ranked this one very high. She thought it was great, and I think I can see that because it's very, very universally loved. At least in the fragrance community, this one seems to be ranked very, very high. A lot of people talk about it. I get so many comments on the channel when I discuss fragrances related to this line, or fragrances that are featuring citruses and grapefruit and things like that. This one always comes up, always. People love this one, and it's sad that this one's the one that's gotten discontinued because it's so loved in the fragrance community. But I'm not really sure myself if Guerlain looks at the fragrance community and the love for a certain fragrance, because in the end it's LVMH, Louis Vuitton, Moet, and Hennessy who owns Guerlain, and it's all about numbers for them. They probably want sales, and this probably doesn't sell as much as the other fragrances in the line. And now that there's 6 total, they have to axe 1 to bring on a new one. It's sad that I haven't sampled Cool yet. I'm very, very curious about it. It's minty, it's mint edition, so I can see mint is kind of becoming maybe in vogue or popular for a couple of years now, or at least over a year, when last year I had like all these minty fragrances that appeared. Maybe 2 years now, yeah. And now we're seeing more minty fragrances pop up, but sooner than later I'll sample Cool from Guerlain, or L'Homme Ideal Cool from Guerlain, and tell you what it's all about. But this one actually, it's a very, very unique combo of the grapefruit, as I said. I didn't feature this one much in my summer fragrances video or my cheapy summer fragrances videos because I knew it was axed, but I wasn't 100% sure, so I decided not to. Plus I had featured it in many, many other videos, but it is probably discontinued also because, or not necessarily discontinued because, but I think maybe people don't like it as much because it isn't a lighter take on the series, and maybe people think they want more intensity and they associate Guerlain with more depth and vanillic, oriental kind of style, ambery fragrances, and this one seems to be kind of like way not so close to the other ones. At least that's what I'm thinking. But you know, it's a great release. It's a great solid release. It's just very, very light. It doesn't perform as good as I would want, but still it smells great. And that combo, that unique combo of the grapefruit with the almonds and the tonka beans is really, really lovely. I like that. I like that about it. Now, if I was to rank the fragrances myself, I would still include the EDP at #1, which came out third on the list. The original, which came out first on the list, would be number 2. The second one that came out on the list, which is Cologne, would be number 3. The L'Intense that came out 5th on the list? Yeah, 5th on the list would be at number 4. The Sport would be very last because I just don't like this Sport at all. Something about it, and I'll tell you in a little bit what I don't like about it, would be last. And I'm assuming the Cool is going to be at least better than the Sport because there's something about that Sport that I don't really care for, which is the 6th release. So what don't I like about the Sport? The Sport is probably... you can watch my review. I don't like the start of the fragrance. It is very, very marine, fishy, aquatic. So there's something in there that really kind of rubs me the wrong way. That aquatic cologne, whatever notes they're using to smell like the sea, marine, aquatic. It's not a favorite of mine. It's not a favorite genre of mine. I like aquatic fragrances. I like watery fragrances. But if it gets fishy or seaweed and all that kind of stuff, it turns my stomach and makes me gag because I just don't like the way that smells. It's interesting because there's some certain notes that rub people the wrong way. I hear it all the time. Having a channel, you get to learn what some things turn people off and what some things turn people on. Like one person says, patchouli is my favorite. The other person says, I can't stand patchouli. So for me, what I can't stand the most is anything that smells very ultra fishy, and cologne as a note is one that I don't like. Lately though, I've been turning onto it, but still, the Sport in Guerlain, L'Homme Ideal Sport, is not my favorite. It's shocking that that would be more popular than this one, but I think compare this one to the Sport, probably sells more because it has more depth, there's more intense. And for some reason the Sport, when it dried down, I really liked it. It dried down to the original L'Homme Ideal, with a very patchouli-like dry down because it has patchouli in the notes. I remember wearing it and enjoying the dry down, but it was really tough to get through to the dry down of L'Homme Ideal Sport to enjoy the fragrance. So I would rank that one last. This one would be number 3. It's not high up on my list. It's not like number 1 like Ashley thought it was, but still, it's still up there at number 3, even ahead of the L'Intense that came out last year. Now, I don't know if the Cool would change things around. I haven't sampled it yet, but have you guys sampled Cool yet? What are your thoughts? Do you like the mintiness? Does it work great with a L'Homme Ideal line of fragrances from Guerlain? Let me know. Put some comments down so I find out. Bashar London, who I did the video with, who is the associate that works for Guerlain, mentioned it's really great, and I'm curious to smell it. And I do like mint in fragrances, as I said. Only time I don't like it is if it smells like toothpaste, because then I don't want to smell like toothpaste. I only want to put toothpaste smell in my mouth, and that's it. I don't want toothpaste smell on my body. So I like mint. I love to eat mint, and I'm very, very curious. But once again, it's sad we have this one axed. It is really, really sad. So are you guys going to get backup bottles? Do you even like this line? I mean, maybe you don't like the series, but you might like the series and don't like this one, or you're obsessed with this one but you hate the others. Put those down, but get your backup bottles now if you want to have a backup bottle, because they are very inexpensive now. I was looking up prices just before I'm shooting this video. I found a 1.6 ounce for about $22, and a 100 ml 3.3 or 3.4 ounce for about $30 to $35 at various places. So there are deals out there for this one, but once the word gets out that it's discontinued, and because fragrance community, there's so much love for this one, I'm sure the prices are going to start going up, creeping up slowly, and then all of a sudden it'll just skyrocket because there's no supply left of the fragrance because they're not making it anymore. So get your backup bottles now before they run out. I'm going to get a backup bottle in 100 ml just so that I have one, because this one does go down easily. As I said, it's a EDT, even though it's called cologne, but it does really act like a cologne. It's very, very light and transparent, but it's perfect for hot days and cooling off with a very, very unique combo of grapefruit and almonds. Anyway, those are my rants and thoughts on Guerlain's L'Homme Ideal Cologne. What are your thoughts about this fragrance? Let me know. Put some comments down. Let's get a conversation started. Other than that, please like this video. Please share it. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and I'll be back with more videos very soon. Have a good one. Goodbye.